Hello student, in this session we will discuss different services of operating system from unit number 2, the subtopic 2.1. The course outcome for this particular session is use operating system tools to perform various functions, and the learning outcome for this is you will able to differentiate the user services and the system services with example. Services of operating system. Operating systems provides the environment within which the programs are executed. So three services provided, that is, one, view focuses onto the services that the system provides. Another, onto the interface that it provides to the user and the programmers. And the third one is the components and their interconnection. Following are the set of user operating services for helping the user. So the first service provided by the operating system is user interface. All operating systems have the user interface. Basically, the user interface is categorized into three. The first one is the command line interface, which uses the text commands and a method for entering them. That means if we want to interact with the system, we have to enter the command onto the command prompt, and the corresponding output we will able to get on the command on the prompt itself. Another user interface is the batch interface, in which the commands are entered into the files and those files are executed. That means whatever the different instruction we want to execute, we put into a single file one after the another and create a batch file and execute it, so that the commands get executed sequentially in the batch file. The third user interface is the graphical user interface. In this particular interface, the interface is a window system with a pointing device which is used to choose from the menus and make selection, and the keyboard to enter the text in order to interact with the system. Another service provided by the operating system is program execution. The system must be able to load a program into memory and to run that particular program. Now to do this, say for example, we want to work onto the Microsoft Word, this particular application. So what we'll do, we will bring the Microsoft Word, this particular application from secondary storage device to the main memory and then run it. Once executed, we will able to use the Microsoft Word application. The third service provided by operating system is I/O operation. A running program may require the I/Os, that is the input and output devices. It may be a file or the devices. Now, say for example, we want to record any particular audio or video. We need the devices like the CD or DVD or any other device. So, therefore, the operating system must provide a means to do the I/O related activities or work. Another service provided by the operating system is the file system manipulation. Now, this particular will help us for the programs to need to read and write the files and directories. We need to create and delete the files and directories. Many a times we want to search for a given file or display list of files for information. Sometimes we need to allow access or to deny access to the files or directories based on the authentication, or we can say it as a ownership of the file. So all these activities are provided by operating system. Then another service provided by the operating system is communication. So processes may exchange information. One process need to exchange information with another process, such as communication may occur between the process that are executing on the same computer, or between the process that are executing on different computers tied together by computer network. Communication may be implemented via the shared memory or message passing, in which the packets of information are moved between the processes, and these are with the help of operating system. Then next service provided by operating system is error detection. Operating system needs to be constantly aware of all the possible errors. The errors may be in the CPU or the memory hardware related errors, that is memory error or the power failure. Then errors may be related to IO devices such as parity error on tape, a connection failure on a network, or a lack of paper in the printer. Some errors may be related to user programs like arithmetic overflow or an attempt to access an illegal memory location. For each type of error, the operating system takes the appropriate action to ensure correct and consistent computing. So this is what the operating system is doing. For example, if we give the print for any particular document, and in the printer tray the paper is not available, then a appropriate error displays onto the screen, that is the lack of paper in the printer. By seeing this particular error message, the user can fill the paper and again try to print. So from the message itself, user will come to know what exactly the problem is, and accordingly the user will take the appropriate step to recover from the error. Then another set of operating system services is for ensuring the efficient operation of the system itself. So three services are provided by the operating system, that is the resource allocation, accounting, and the protection and security. Now first we will discuss the resource allocation. Various resources are there used by the computer system, that is the CPU is there, CPU cycle, main memory is there, file storages are there, peripheral devices are there like hard disk, CDs, DVDs, then keyboard is there, monitor is there, then a modem is there, scanner is there, and so on. All these resources are there which will be used by the different processes. When multiple users or multiple jobs running concurrently, resources must be allocated to each of them so that the processes complete the execution by using those resources. For this, many routines are there to allocate these resources. Once the execution get completed, then the resources are deallocated so that those resources will be used by the another processes. Then another service provided by operating system related to the operation is accounting. To keep track of which user use how much and what kind of computer resources, this record keeping may be used for accounting, or it is useful for accounting. so that users can be billed properly. Or it is used to keep the accumulating usage statistic, which is used to keep the track of which user uses system or resources for how much time. Many a times, this statistic will be valuable tool for researcher who wish to reconfigure the system to improve the computing services. Another service of operating system is the protection and security. The owners of information stored in a multi-user or network computer system may want to use or may want to control use of that information. That is, it should not be possible for one process to interfere with the others or with the operating system itself. So, protection involves ensuring that all access to system resources is controlled properly. Another service is the security. So, security of the system from outsiders required the user authentication. So, this is what the user authentication. So, this can be provided by means of a proper strong password or to gain access to system resources. By providing the authentication, we defend the IO devices from invalid access attempt, and in this way, for a system to be protected and secured, precaution must be instituted by the operating system so that the unwanted person or the people cannot have the direct access or attempt to the important files or the services provided by the operating system. So, in this particular session, we discuss the services related to operating system, that is one set of operating system services for helping the user, that is the user interface which is used to interact with the system, program execution for executing the various processes, then IO operation for doing various operation related to IO devices, file system manipulation for creating or manipulating the files or directories, then communication, that is communicating between the processes available on the same machine or on different machine, and the services related to the errors that come up into the system. Another set of operating system services for ensuring the efficient operation of system itself we discuss are the resource allocation, then accounting, and lastly the protection and security. So this is all about the various services of operating system which will help the user as well as which will ensure the efficient operation of system itself. For this session, the book referred is Operating System Concept. This is given by Silver Cruz, Galvin and Gatney. Thank you.